Hi guys, Darth Deuces here with another action figure review, and today I got a different sort of action figure to review for you, and it's my first SH Figuarts figure, and it's the SH Figuarts Batman from the Dark Knight, or Nolan trilogy. So I've been the Dark Knight, well the whole trilogy, but the Dark Knight specifically, was just one of my all-time favorite movies, and I've really been wanting a good Christian Bale Batman figure for a while. And the not comic book store, sorry, more of a collectible store that just opened up not that long ago had a couple of these guys in stock. And I decided to pick it up, see what it's like. I never had an SH Figuarts figure before, so it looks really cool though. So here he is in the packaging. He's got a nice sort of box. Got displays the figure and some of his accessories and whatnot. You got SH Figuarts warning, an image of Batman there, Batman the Dark Knight, Bandai Tamashii Nations, the Dark Knight logo, a bunch of Chinese lettering and whatnot. On the side here, you get this SH figures sort of write up about what they're about. Batman, an image of the Batman figure, another image of the Batman figure, some of the features of the figure, like digital prints used for the head sculpts, the material of the cape and his accessories and whatnot, and a lot of like Chinese lettering and whatnot that I don't understand, obviously. So yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, and there's a close-up image of Batman right there. So really quite cool. But I'm going to get him cracked open. We'll take a closer look at the figure. Alright, now we got Batman out of the packaging. This is a really cool figure. I like it a lot. There's a lot you can do with it. Articulation's really cool and all that. He's not without his issues, of course. But for the most part, it's really good. Any issues I have with it is pretty minor. Just trying to focus that on a little more. There we go. So let's first look at the head sculpt. And the head sculpt's pretty good. See if focus. There we go. It uses the digital printing, or at least that's what the packaging says. The ears are really pointy. But the sculpt of the cowl is really good. The sculpt of the mouth, you can definitely tell is a sort of Bale underneath the mask, which I think is really cool. Come on. Get the eyes there, and the eyes are painted really nicely. Fuck. It just looks really good. He's got the armor of his suit there around the neck. I guess one of the major things is he features a soft goods cape. And the material is really good, like you can't see through it, which is cool. And it feels good and all that. It has the sort of spines of the cape that you would expect. And it features 4 wires. So you have a wire on each end, and you also have 2 wires in the middle. So that allows for posing of the cape, which is really cool. One interesting thing is that the wires are not like cylinder wires, like flat rectangle like wires, which is good in the sense that the soft goods won't wrap around it. But it does sort of hinder how you can move the wires. Also, the wires can be a little frustrating to pose. Like you can't really get the cape to go any more down, to drop down to look a little more natural. They kind of just want to pop back up, which is a little unfortunate. And you can only get them to stay up to a certain degree. You can't have them all the way up because they're not attached into the figure, so they'll drop down. It's not a huge deal, but it is something to keep in mind. The rest of the suit here, his shoulder guards here are on ball pegs. If you do raise the arm too high, they will pop off, but they're easy to put back on. And that's really good, so doesn't hinder too much articulation. You get the rest of the suit, which is a really cool sort of matte blacks, shiny blacks, gunmetal grays, and it all looks really good. You got the Bat logo there. The suit texture and sculpted detail looks really good. You've got the spike things or wing thingies on his arms here, which are actually really pointy. But that's really cool. You get the bald fist hands here. Got the belt as well. You got the black paint apps here, and then gold. You got like cylinders and whatnot on the belt. You've got his holster for his grapple gun, which can be removed. It's just on a peg. So you can unplug that if you want to take that off. And you can store his grapple gun, obviously. And this is around the back, not too much going on, but there is still some nice sculpted detail. And then on the legs here, again, you get more great sculpted detail. The articulation done in such a way that the joints are really hidden, so that's really cool. It's got treads sculpted at the bottom of the feet. Yeah, it just looks really good. It's a really good looking Batman, or Bale, the Dark Knight Batman. Looks really, really good. I really do like the head sculpt a lot. In terms of articulation, he's really well articulated. He has a ball joint in the head, so you can like pivot, rotate, up and down, all that jazz. He has a ball hinge at the shoulders. I think there's a swivel at the bicep, double hinges at the elbows, which move pretty well inwards, and ball hinges at the wrist. A diaphragm ball joint at the torso there, as well as a ball joint in the waist. There is a little bit of gappage, as you can see. It's not too bad on the camera, but in person it is a bit more noticeable. Not a huge deal, but it is there. He has ball joints at the hips. I believe there's swivel cuts at the thighs there. To get the full range of motion, you have to pull them out a little bit and then move them, but they can kick all the way forward, all the way out pretty much, and a bit backwards. Double hinges at the knees, and hinges at the ankles with rockers, and hinges at the toes. So he has a lot of really good articulation. You can get a lot of really cool poses out of this guy. And in terms of accessories, he comes with a lot of stuff. I guess if you wanted to, you could count the grapple gun holster. I don't really count that, though. He comes with a bunch of interchangeable parts and accessories. I guess first off, he comes with an alternate head, which kind of has his mouth opened a bit, which is cool. It looks good. It's sculpted well. I guess my only real gripe is not too much different from the head sculpt he already has. It just goes from neutral to slightly less neutral. I think I would have liked a bit more of a snarling sort of head or something like that. Nothing too much of an issue or anything, but it's just my opinion on that regard. Comes with a bunch of hands, so you get a pair of, I think this is for the bomb gun, 2 gripping hands, 2, I think these are batarang hands. I might be wrong, but I think they're batarang hands. 2 open hands, 2 grapple gun hands, and the balled fist hands that he has on him. And then in terms of sort of the little arsenal they give him, you get the grapple gun, which looks really good. It's got some nice paint apps on it. He holds it well. And it can be clipped to his side if you want. So that is really, really cool. He comes with 2 batarangs, which look good. They're just sculpted or painted in gold. But they're sculpted nicely. My only thing is that they're really small, so you're just going to want to be careful with these. And he also comes with the bomb gun he uses in the movie, The Dark Knight there. So that's kind of cool. It's kind of an uninteresting accessory because it just looks like such a jumbled mess. But it is pretty cool they give you that. So that's some nice paint apps. And he holds it well as well. Overall, this is a really cool figure. I think it just came out this summer, if I do believe. I think it's probably the best Bale Batman figure you can get outside of Hot Toys. I think Mafex is coming out with a new version, so that one might beat this one when it comes out. But I think as it stands right now, this one is definitely the better Batman figure. Before I end off here, I will do a couple of quick comparisons. These Figuarts figures are made to be in the 6-inch scale. So I'll give you a quick comparison with the Marvel Legends. So here's just a random Marvel Legends. It's Ultron. And I think the size difference is definitely good. And then here is the Black Series figure. So yeah, I think the scale is definitely pretty good. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So overall, I think this is a really cool figure. If you're a fan of the Bale Batman or the Christopher Nolan Batman movies, you want a really good Christian Bale Batman, I think this is definitely one you should consider picking up. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.